Happy to be in CPAC, wherever CPAC is, in Poland, in Hungary, in Australia, in Japan, and here in the United States. Well, as Prime Minister Morawiecki and Michał Rahon said, we experienced one way of so-called heaven, the Soviet heaven, the communist dictatorship. And unfortunately, from some points of view, we are treated in the same way from the European Commission that behaves like the Soviet Commission, like the Soviet commissars, dictating and imposing rules. And we lived too much under dictatorship, under the Soviet occupation, and we do not want it anymore. This is why when we are talking about dictatorial regimes and we are seeing the regime of mullahs and ayatollahs, we are seeing the ugly face of authoritarianism and of totalitarianism right now. We have three prime ministers here at this table. The former Prime Minister of Poland, of Great Britain, and of South Korea, all three, and Australia, all three countries, all three nations fought and know how it is to fight for your freedom. In Romania, we have a problem with democracy, and this problem expands to all the 27 countries in the European Union. In Romania, 1 year and 3 months ago, the elections were annulled. Yes, you heard it correctly. It's not a country in Belarus, it's not in Iran, it's not in the Middle East. In the European Union, we had annulled elections. The rightful president of Romania, who would have won the elections, was dismissed and was denied of his electoral rights. We passed through hell in May last year when I was the runner-up in the presidential elections. And this is a phenomenon that is growing and growing in the EU Commission, and we are looking towards the elections in Hungary, and we are seeing the interventions from Brussels, and we are hoping that they will stop sending billions and billions of euros just to impose their puppet government like they did last year in Romania. So yes, Madam Prime Minister, we have a common fight in Eastern Europe and Western Europe to save the free world and the Western civilization. We in the East, either if it's in Poland, in Hungary, in Slovenia, where former Prime Minister Jensa had a very good result last weekend, in Slovakia or in the Czech Republic, we are all fighting to keep common sense, to keep the Christian civilization and the roots of our continent, and we will prevail because we here in CPAC are fighters. Congratulations for the great work that you are doing.